Welcome to The Mything Link, a podcast where we explore the undercurrent of mythology that links our modern culture to our ancient stories.
We're your hosts, Dr. Caitlinn
And Dr. Randall,
two professional mythologists who share a passion for music,
a proclivity for all things spooky,
and an insatiable curiosity for the world around us.
The show will cover worldwide mythology, and season 1 will focus on ancient Greek stories,
giving listeners everything they need to know to understand the new Netflix series KAOS.
And most likely several things that they don't. Join us as we talk, laugh, and sing this fall for The Mything Link season 1.
KAOS
Theory. You can link that up. It's appropriately chaotic. This whole situation is appropriately chaotic. Maybe that's it. It's a lesson in chaos. Perfect.
It's a lesson in KAOS theory.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I am Dr. Randall.
And I'm Dr. Caitlinn.
And we are the co-hosts of the Mything Link. And in this first season, we're going to be focusing on all the Greek mythology you need to know to understand the show KAOS. And we considered a couple different ways of doing this. We thought about going episode by episode, but this show is so rich and complex with all the mythology that they weave in together that we would have to go into, I think, at least a dozen different characters or stories just to understand the first episode alone.
Instead of following along with KAOS episode by episode, we've chosen to focus each episode of our podcast on a mythological figure or story that features in the Netflix series. Because each of these myths is so rich and complex, we think that they each need their own episode.
But Dr. Caitlinn, I haven't watched KAOS yet. Can I still listen?
Of course! We'll discuss the portrayal of the character or story in ancient mythology and in KAOS on Netflix, and we will do our very best not to give away any spoilers. If we get close to a spoiler, we'll always announce it first. But Dr. Randall, I don't know anything about Greek mythology! Can I still listen?
Of course. The Mything Link is designed to appeal to mythology buffs and total novices. We will define our terms, laugh a lot, and we're always open to questions and feedback to improve the accessibility of our show. If there's something you don't understand or have questions about, feel free to reach out to us.
So you all might be wondering who exactly we are.
We have Miss Miss Caitlinn Curry.
It's Dr. Master to you, Dr. Randall. Just trolling. Well, I'm Dr. Caitlinn Curry. I just got my PhD in mythology and depth psychology in July. I mainly study Christianity and queer theory. The Old Testament has been what I've studied for a long time, but the past few years I've really studied on how to reclaim Christianity for the queer community, if you will, through the lens of, religious trauma experiences. And I have another master's degree in reconciliation and intercultural studies, as well as a bachelor's degree in journalism and another bachelor's degree in biblical and religious studies with a concentration in cultural studies. So I've kind of always been interested in human behavior and how storytelling and stories are a form of transmitting knowledge, making sense of oneself and the cosmos and relationship. Something that I love about mythology is that it gets under the skin of those things and refuses to divorce the human experience, embodiment, science, etc. from the spiritual and the sacred. Christianity has been my main area of focus and research, but I do love me some Greek mythology with my whole heart, so it's actually how I ended up doing the Pacifica program, was through my love of the Iliad. So now I'm here.
Now you're here. Awesome. Glad to have you here. And I am Dr. Randall Ulyate, and I also have a PhD in mythological studies with an emphasis in depth psychology. What a weird coincidence. And my specialty, I'd say, is really like contemporary cultural mythology, like secular mythology. I am a humanities professor at the community college level in San Diego. I teach at a few campuses around here, and I integrate mythology in all of my classes. My background, I have another master's degree in liberal arts and sciences, which was basically my attempt at creating a mythology master's where one didn't exist. And my undergrad is archaeology literature with a minor in religious studies, again trying to like create this mythological program for myself, like studying ancient culture and cultural anthropology. So yeah, it was a bit of a circuitous route, but I finally feel like I'm like really doing what I'm excited about. When I was a kid, I was like super into mythology, obviously. And I had a friend who was older. I think I was in 4th or 5th grade. And my friend who was in middle school, she was reading the Iliad and the Odyssey, or at least like studying excerpts of it in the ancient Greece unit. And so I got a copy of each and I read them and fell in love with them and convinced my parents to buy grapevines to plant in the yard, and was like campaigning to get a goat to live in the backyard. And I had like a presentation about like why, we could use the milk and make cheese from this goat, and like we could live like the ancient Greeks did, and like it would be this whole situation. Obviously, they said like no. I grew up in the suburbs of LA. Like, I have no business entertaining a goat anywhere. So that never happened, but I still have maintained my love of mythology. And yeah, if you would have told little tiny elementary school Randall that she would be a professional mythologist and that such a thing even actually existed, like, so cool. Thanks for listening to The Mything Link. You can find the reference list in the show notes for further research. The Mything Link is researched and recorded by Drs. Randall Ulyate and Caitlinn Curry. Edited by Dr. Caitlinn Curry. With music by Mark Austin Kelton. The Mything Link is produced by Fernway Collective Incorporated, a humanities nonprofit based in San Diego, California. As a small nonprofit, we appreciate if you have the time to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help grow our audience. For more information on our organization, head over to fernwaycollective.org. Thanks for listening.